Elder George Paul, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us what inspired you to write this book, Sacred Thought Mi'kmaq Meditations for Our Times, and why now?
Well, the reason why I wrote the book about the kind of inspired me was about the creation stories, and there's many creation stories out there. And I'm leaning towards one there about the glowscap legend, and also the beginning of time, like the Big Bang Theory, and what about before that? So I wanted to delve into that myself and put my thoughts around that and describe it in a way that I feel makes sense to me. And it's the right time for that kind of thing, because today we're living in an age where people are asking all kinds of questions, especially about spirituality. Yeah. So this, I think, would point kind of a direction towards that. And this book probably will reveal some of that, yeah, at least in one perspective.
Can you talk about the significance of the traditional symbols and images you've included in your book?
Well, of course, traditional symbols with the indigenous people here in Turtle Island, we all value a lot of those symbols, because the symbols tell a whole story. And a lot of times they also identify who we are as individuals. Across the continent, there's many tribes with many languages and stuff. So these symbols play a role a lot of times in communicating with the spirits. The spirits also read in who we are and how we express ourselves, and what it means to incorporate those in your everyday life. This constant communication with the spirit world, but it also symbolizes identity.
Also in your book, you wrote, sacred thought is a concept of interpreting the life cycle and spiritual teachings of an indigenous way of life. Can you briefly explain what you meant by that?
Well, recently there's been all sorts of books and interpretation written about the medicine wheel and the medicine wheel concept. And so, of course, I looked into that as well. And I found, in that interpretation, it's basically about a way of life, a way of living. It has to do with, it refers to and ties in with really well with creation story since the beginning of time and how things unfolded. And that we all are a part of a pattern and rhythm that we coexist with.
You also wrote, we need good indigenous medicine and values to lead us to peace and harmony in this chaotic modern world. You talked about that a little bit. Do you believe traditional values can make a difference in today's world?
I believe that if people, are sincere about trying to find a way towards peace and harmony and working together, these are the concepts and the philosophy of our ancestors that still hold strong even to this very day. And that if we apply this, with the same understanding as our ancestors did, there's a lot of value to that, and it could change a lot of way of thinking from the modern societies of today and the way things are changing about really fast. I think this is kind of like, I think, the medicine that is needed now.
And finally, where can we find this book and purchase it?
Well, this book is available through Amazon, and it's also available through many of the bookstores that are local in our area. I have a few myself. The publishing company does have their own way of distributing through other platforms and stuff like that, online, as well as through, like Chapters and other places where the books are available.
Elder George Paul, we'll have to leave it there. We really thank you for your time, and thank you for telling us about your book today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me once again.